everyone, this is Candace from She's Always Barefoot, live in my basement. I'm just gonna want to show you guys how I plan my garden so far this year. I really love post-its, and this is going to be a video of post-it obsession. So if you have this obsession, follow along. If not, this is probably not a video for you. Sorry. So the first thing you're going to want to have, of course, is post-its. I really like these little skinny ones because it's just enough room to write down what we want to write down. And they're small and we can use more of them in a space, blah, blah, blah. And a pencil, obviously. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is write down everything that you want to grow. We all have that list in our head that we don't write down in a notes, which is in our cell phone. So just write down all the things that you wanted to grow, that you were thinking about growing, and then go through your seed packs and then write what you have down already before you even buy anything. So you should be doing this before you even buy any new seeds, because you have to plan what it's just picture it like you are planning your menu for the week, and then you only go to the grocery store for the things that you don't have already. So that's what we're going to do now, but just with seeds. So write everything down, and then what I did was I just took a piece of paper and wrote 4 squares, and I wrote A to G, H to N, and O to U, and V to Z. And then as I was writing, I just put down all of the post-its just in the correct letter box. And this was a great way to find out if I was doubling what I had or not. So that's what I did. So that's step number 1. Number 1 is the pencil with the post-it and then a piece of paper. So as you're writing it down, get everything down, go through all of your seeds and put all of those down, because you need to really know what you have. Because then after that, you'd be like, oh, I don't need those seeds. And you can trade those seeds with someone else for something that you have already in your list. See? Documentation, documentation. I'm horrible for it, but I'm trying to kick my butt this year for it. So help me out. After, you're going to draw all of your available space in your yard of areas that you already grow. I like to, well, as you see here, I drew it on an IKEA paper, and I just taped it to the mirror. So now I'm using vertical space, and so I'm saving space. Also too, because of the post-its, they all just stick to the paper, so nothing falls off. And this is totally out of the way, and it's been really, really great having this. So I will always. So then afterwards, you just place your post-its where you want them. And if something doesn't work, you just place it on the side and then take something from there. I do this first, so you do all of this first before you buy any seeds. Again, like I said, you could be buying seeds or trading with friends. And this is where we get interesting. So then after you have placed all of your post-its everywhere that you have wanting them to go, you are going to write down a number for each one of your spaces. So I got 1 here, 2 there, 3 here. And then after I write down 1, 2, 3, and I start putting the seeds that I actually have. And then afterwards I can cross-reference with what I have and what I want. But maybe after you have placed all of your post-its and you have figured out where everything is going to go in your garden, you have your list of what you actually need. So, because you already went through all of your wish list, you already went through all of your seeds that you actually have. So now you possibly have purchased those missing seeds, or maybe you have traded with some friends. I trade with a couple of my friends, and it's a really great way to keep costs down. And it's sharing, it's community, right? So you get to talk more, find a gardening nerd that you love, and you can both garden nerd out. That's kind of one of the things I like to do, is nerd out. So you've got everything planned, so you want to know how many you're going to grow, right? So here I do a lot of, my garden is mostly market garden rows. So they're 30 inches wide, and they actually vary in length depending on obviously where it is in my backyard. So the biggest area that I have is over 1,000 square feet. So how do we know about what we want to, how many we want to grow? So you just have to go onto the back of your seed pack. And on the back of your seed pack, it'll tell you like the sowing. So it says sow 4 or 5 seeds, 5 millimeters deep. This is for the kale. Space transplants at 30 to 45 centimeters apart in rows. So I mean, it tells you. So 12 inches to 18 inches apart in rows. So just pick a number between one of there, and but you don't really need too much because, well, with kale as it grows, this is like all season long, this one. But so with that, if you already kind of have 30 inches by, we'll say 25 feet even, or 50 feet, you'll know but what it says on the back of your seed package about how many plants that you need to grow. So that'll get you on your next steps. So all of the steps that have led up to this helped you now understand exactly what you're going to grow, exactly how many you need of this, so you don't waste your time, you don't waste growing a lot of extra stuff that you don't need. Also too, you can plan better about what you want, or if you want it to grow and sell to locally or to your friends or whatever. You'll know a lot better with that. But the plan behind me, it starts with the plan behind me, because if you don't have the plan behind me, it's going to be really hard as you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to go do some seeds today and start planting, and you're going to have no idea what you're doing. You need to start somewhere, and this is a really great way to start. So all you're going to need to do, again, is remember, have a Post-it with a pencil, write down all of the things that you have already and all of your wish list. You want to draw all of the space that you have available and what you're already growing in, or what you want to grow into if you wanted to expand that year. And you're going to want to put your Post-its on your areas that you're going to grow. And if you don't like it, it's really great that you can move it around. That's what I really like about the Post-its. I also do this vertically, so it's not on the ground getting stepped on by my dogs or getting covered in their hair because they're Dalmatians. So putting it vertically, it keeps it out of the way, nothing falls off of it. I totally obsessed with Post-its. So after that, and then again, I labeled them all with a number, and then I put all of my seeds out, and then with that I know what I'm missing as I cross-reference from the board to what I have in my seed pile, and then I order those right away. Like, I've already ordered what I was missing, and so now what I'm doing is figuring out how many plants that I need in that space. But that is going to be in another video. So this was just to figure out how to get started. So I really appreciate you joining me. Please click subscribe. I'm going to be putting a lot more videos out this year. Last year I had mouth surgery, so it was a lot of pain last year. It was really difficult for me to talk, so I really didn't do anything video-wise, and I'm feeling better, more comfortable about my face a little bit, so bear with me. But yeah, so subscribe, and we'll do another video about how to get started with your seedlings as well. So have a great day, click subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!